Hello, everyone, and welcome to our YouTube premiere for Thursday, September the 23rd, I believe it is, 2021. Thank you all for joining me here this evening. If you are watching on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central Time, you can log in to your YouTube or Google account and participate in the live chat with us. And I'd love for you to say hello and where you're watching from. And you can ask any questions that you'd like, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so I'm Lisa Brown. If it's your first time here, I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! Here in the United States. I live in Texas and part of the time in Southwest Missouri, which is where I am right now. And I am so glad to be coming to you this evening and sharing a fun project. But before we get started, a couple of things. I have a special World Card Making event coming up, and this will be on October 2nd on Saturday. And you can earn a free pass to this event by just making an order of $35, minimum order of $35 or more by September 28th, 2021. So you have almost a week left to do that. You can go through the online store. You can email me, call me, message me, and I will be happy to place that order for you. But I'm so excited about this event. It's going to be on a private Facebook group. Now, if you're not on Facebook, not to worry. You can still participate. I'm going to have a private class page set up on my blog where you can access the videos of the projects, and you're eligible for the door prizes, and you will be receiving 3 project kits of demonstrations that I am doing in those videos that I'll share with you. So, on that day, October 2nd, I'll be going live in the morning and in the evening, probably around 10 a.m. Central in the morning and about 7 p.m. Central in the evening. So you could participate either time live. It'll be 2 different sessions completely. And if you can't make it at that particular time, I totally understand. The videos will remain, the recordings of the live, and you can go back and watch it at any time. I'll also have some great door prizes, including some gift certificates for Stampin' Up! Product that I'll be giving away. And you do not have to be present to win. If you qualify to attend this special event, you will be entered into the door prize drawing. So thank you so much for those of you who have already taken part and made your purchase and earned your free pass. And I look forward to having more of you join too soon. Okay, now, for commenting here on my YouTube premieres during the live chat while this goes live on the premiere, I usually do a drawing for the projects that I'm creating that evening, or project. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2. And I have those. I was in Texas for a while, and I didn't have my items to show for the drawing, so I thought I'd just wait and announce them all right now. So if your name is called and you know that I don't have your mailing address, if you will message me or email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com and send me your mailing address, I'll send it to you right away. Okay, for the premiere that I showed on September the 2nd with the Nature's Harvest Bundle, Connie Cornelio will be receiving this little, it was a Post-it note holder and a fun fold card. Okay, Connie, I do have your address. All right, for the next week, which was September the 9th, Catherine Cummings. This premiere featured the Peaceful Deer set with a really pretty card and a Christmas ornament that you can make. So Catherine, go ahead and send me your address. I'm not sure if I still have it, okay? And I'll get that sent to you. And then for last week's premiere with the, gosh, what was this called? I can't even think. Beauty of Tomorrow, I believe is what it's called. Blackberry Beauty. This goes to Patty G. She is getting 2 cards in here that I made last week. Okay, so Patty, I think I have your address, so I'll get that sent to you. All right, so let's get started. If you are a lover of Stampin' Up! Product, you know that it's celebration right now. And we have just a little over a week left. In fact, it is a week. I don't have my calendar in front of me. Let me look. Yeah, just a week. The 30th, on the 30th, that's the last day of celebration. And there is one of the choices of celebration products that you can earn with a $50 purchase that is no longer available, and that's that bedazzling sparkly paper. But as of this recording, everything is still available, and we are using one of those precious papers tonight. And it's that Penguin Place paper. Look at this. I wanted to make a card. I had seen one done like this, but I had an idea for my granddaughters, which you could use this for any age, but it's like a little coupon book of gifts, of experiences, rather than material things. Okay? Now, some of it may involve something material, but it all depends on who you're giving it to and what they like to do or what you want to share with them. And you can write it, and you'll see just a minute, but I'm using the paper. I don't have the Penguin bundle, and right now it's not available to order. It was so popular, and you all know there are so many shipping delays everywhere in every business, and so we're experiencing that too with Stampin' Up! But I wanted to show you how you could make this with just the paper and a stamp set. This is from a different stamp set, Christmas to Remember. Okay, I took that Merry Christmas, and that's used there. And let me show you. I'm going to untie this ribbon here and open this up. Look how cute these little guys are. So it pulls apart like that. And I made these little pockets here. I haven't written on them yet, but I'm going to put, like, if I give one to Mia, she loves to go get a milkshake at Dairy Queen, and I'll say good for one milkshake at Dairy Queen, or special movie night with popcorn, you know, an activity that she likes to do, you know, go ride your bike with Papa, or, you know, just something fun. And so I thought that would be so cute, and she could pick one out and redeem it for her little gift. Also, I think I'm going to do one for Lila as well. And Lila is almost 6, and Mia is 4, so this is just right for that age. But you could also do this for a loved one, and this would be great stocking stuffer. Okay, so you can see I just fussy cut images here and glued in. So let me show you how to make it. Okay, all right, let's get started. I chose Just Jade, which is one of the colors in that designer paper, and I'm going to get my trimmer here and show you how to score with this. I've already started scoring just to give me a head start, but this piece right here, let me get my Post-it, is 8 1/4 by 11. So it's a full sheet of cardstock minus 1/4 of an inch on this 8 1/2 inch side. Okay, so I just slip this in here and I cut it off at 1/4 of an inch. Okay, then it's 11 inches long already, so we're just going to leave it like that. And then we're going to score it at 2 3/4 inch intervals on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there and just go ahead and show you how I scored this. And so I have 2 3/4. Okay, and then 5 1/2. So I'm going to slide this down to 5 1/2, and be sure you use this light colored blade and not the dark one so it won't cut your paper. Okay, I move it out of the way, and then I go over here to 8 1/4. Now, you know, this arm extends out from our trimmer, so when you pull this out, you want to be sure you lock it all the way so that your scorings and your cuts are straight. Okay, and so this one is going to be 8 1/4. Okay, so that's 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4. Okay, now we've got that. going that way. Now I'm going to put the 8 1/4 inch side at the top. And we're going to do that again on this side. So this is going to be 2 3/4. Trying to line that up all the way down. And then 5 1/2. And we just have 2 scores on this side. But we have 12 equal squares, okay, that we've scored there. Now, before I put this trimmer up, we're going to do another couple of cuts on this. Now, this isn't absolutely necessary, and when I showed Jackie, he said, yes, you need to do that, because you can see here it just accordion folds like that. But if you want it to stand up and look fancy, look at this. You just push those two. See how that stands up? All right, and these two stick out for fun, okay? So he said, yes, you need to do that. So I'm doing it. You're going to cut on that score line between the 2 end scores, okay, going across. So here's on the long way, you want to score cut these 2, all right? So I'm going to move my scoring blade out of the way. I'm going to line this up. And that's going to be at 5 1/2. So you want to go ahead and line it up like you did when you scored it so that it's on this right place on the track, okay? So I've got that, and you can look right here. There's the track, and then my scoring line is right there. So I'm going to put my little guard down. I'm going to bring up the scoring blade, and I'm going to stop it right there. There's a little groove here that you can line up with this score line, okay? And so I'm going to put that down, press it in, and then go down to this score line. Let me move this up. I have my camera focused, zoomed in some so that you're not so far away. And I'm going to slide this down, and I'm going to stop it right there where that groove is equal with that score line. I'm probably making this a lot harder than it really is, but I just want to be sure you understand where I'm making this cut. So the same on this side, I'm going 5 1/2. I'm going to come over here and line that up with that score going across this way, and then slide it down to this score. Okay? So not too hard. Maybe made it a little more difficult with my explaining, but you get it. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of accordion fold all of this on these score lines. And you can use your bone folder to give it a good crease. So I bet you have somebody in mind that you can create this for, okay? And with this paper, you can get it free with a $50 purchase through September 30th. So that's a week from today. There we go, see? And just so cute what you can do with those images by just cutting them out. I hadn't used that paper yet, and I thought, this is just too cute not to use. And the girls love it when I give them something that has some cute little animal characters or characters on it. They love it. So I thought they're going to like this. And I'm just reinforcing these scores, okay? We can do more of that. It's going to fold up like this, okay? So now, let's start working with it. I am going to do the front and back. Let's see. Let me get this straight now. The inside is going to fold like this. Let me get the finished one. I'm confusing myself here. Okay. So like this, okay? So this opens up that way. So we're going to fold here. And then this is going to go center, and then like this. Okay, so when you fold it and you've got it all going the right way, it's going to make a W. All right, you're going to have a mountain fold in the middle, and then this is your front and your back, okay? So I'm going to do those papers first, and I'll tell you why, because I don't want to forget a special tip to tell you, okay? I did this last when I was creating it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that part first so that they know. Now, this is going to go here. You need 2 pieces of your cardstock. This is Misty Moonlight, 8 1/8 by 2 5/8, okay? Then you need to choose a designer paper to go over that. I chose this dot, okay? And that is 2 pieces at 2 1/2 by 8. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and adhere these 2 pieces together. And all this has to do with putting that ribbon through so it will slide when you open and close your little folder, okay? It's been a while since I've crafted, and it's like, you know, I get rusty. It's like, my goodness. But I was working on this and was trying to consider all of the different tips that I would give you to just make it a little bit easier. Not that it's a difficult project, but like the whole thing with the W fold, you know, so that you know you have it folded right, because that's important when you do this part. And again, you could do this last, but I want to be sure and factor in this tip for you. Now it goes here. If you are not using a ribbon closure, you can go ahead and glue this down. But if you are, you need to put the ribbon around it first, okay? So I have found that the ribbon combo from the annual catalog, let's see, Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo is perfect for this. So it's got this gingham and twine with the Misty Moonlight and the white, and then a little silver thread running through it. And honest, I did not measure this. I just knew I wanted enough to have a really foo-foo bow tied on the end, okay? And so I just kind of did it like this, went around the center square there, okay? And cut it. So let's do that. Okay, so I have plenty of room to tie a bow, okay? So you do not want to secure this because you want it to slide, okay? So what I'm going to do next is to adhere these pieces, I'm going to use some tear and tape. And I am going to go down each side, but not cover the ribbon. You following me there? Okay. So I want a little area, a little window of non-stickiness so that your ribbon will glide through. Okay. There we go there. Let's do it on this other side. And you could use Stampin' Seal Plus here too. I hesitated to use liquid glue because I didn't want to wait for it to, I didn't want to get glue all over the ribbon, okay? I wanted it to be good and stuck when I got it down there. Okay, so there's the front. Let's go ahead and put our layers on here. So I'm going to peel all of this up. And I'm thinking that I don't need any adhesive there at the top. If I do later, I may just put a glue dot in there and and go with it like that, okay? But for right now, with this tear and tape, it's so strong, it should be fine. So let's get this and come over top. And you just have a little bit of that Just Jade showing. Just like that. Okay? So here's my ribbon in that little window there. So now we need to do the same thing to the back. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit quicker since you know what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. I love that we can just tear this tape. Do y'all remember that double-sided tape that we used to have? I think it was called sticky strip. And you had to use your scissors to cut it. And it was just so awkward for me. Anyway, with this, you just rip it and it's like, oh man, that is awesome. Okay, I must have my take your pick tool in another container for another video. When I get my projects ready to record, I put all of my supplies in a little tin so that when I go to look for something, it's like, you know, right there instead of losing it on my desk like I usually do. Hey, you see how easy this pulls up with a little help? Okay, let's get rid of the trash. All right. Let's come down here and let's see. There we go. Okay, so now, do you see how that is? When you open this up, oh, did I do it right? You see how it slides? Isn't that cool? And then when you want to close it up, pull it through, tighten it up, and ta-da! It's fun. Just a fun little thing. Okay, so we'll decorate the front in a minute. Let's do the inside. This is super easy. It's just a lot of cutting of squares, okay? But you can do that, all right? So first of all, I needed 12 2 5/8 inch squares of Misty Moonlight, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put all of those down because this is what is the same on all the squares. So I chose a color that would be, you know, it keeps it uniform going through here. And I'm sorry, I know this is monotonous, but it's, you know, it's part of the process. So we can just chat. If you have any questions, post them in the chat and I'll get with you. If you are watching the recording of this, I thank you for being here. It's all a recording. It's a premiere on Thursday evening at 6 Central. But then, after the premiere, this video remains on YouTube and you can put questions in the comment section below the video. And if you haven't subscribed, I ask you to do that so you can get notification of all my videos. And it helps when you like or comment or share. Appreciate that. Okay, so see, just getting all this done. I'm thinking too that this would be great done like for an adult in, you know, traditional Christmas colors, or even in the whimsical Christmas, the one with the pinks and the macaron, and that's so beautiful. If you wanted a more elegant look, that would be really special. So I'll do a random drawing after the premiere here for those who are commenting in the live chat. I'll do a random drawing of all those names, and someone will get this project in the mail. And then I'll make another one for my girls. I've been getting ready for World Card Making Day, but I'm waiting on an order to come in because I'm using the Be Jolly stamp set. I have that, but I'm using a special set of dies with that I love for a fun project. And then the frosted gingerbread, I'll be using that as well. And I don't have that bundle yet, so it is on its way. All right, see there? Super simple there, okay? Now, I have 6 pieces, 2.5-inch square, okay? 2.5 by 2.5 of this Christmas tree, or print. I call it Christmas tree because that's what it is, right? And these are going to go, I'm going to go ahead and place them so I don't misglue. These are going to go here, like this. Don't put the trees upside down. Okay, so let's get these glued on. These little characters are the cutest. When I saw the little penguin in this paper, it reminded me of the show Happy Feet. Y'all know that about the little dancing penguin? Is that not the cutest thing? I love it. But that's what he reminds me of, or she. I mean, they all looked alike, really. But, oh, so cute. Look there. Looks like he's tapping. I took tap in my dancing days as I was growing up, and I loved tap dancing. Mia just started taking lessons this year, and she's loving it too. I think the most fun is walking around in those tap shoes and clack, clack, clacking around. Almost put those trees sideways. You see that? Okay. So, I am almost through with these trees. I knew this was going to be pretty monotonous, but I hesitated to record it, or share it, but I thought this is just too cute to do. And I think, knowing some of you have either littles or grandkids or great-grandkids that would really love this, right? Is anybody going to try this? Y'all, it's so easy once you get everything cut. And you know, my biggest dilemma was deciding what papers to use where. I knew that I didn't want to cut up too many of the characters. That's what I'll call them, the characters, because I wanted those to be some of my focal points on some of these squares. But I also wanted to include all of the colors in the paper, so that's why I chose this stripe. And then the trees, to me, make it Christmas, those little evergreens. And I believe that's soft seafoam. And the other dark green here is jade, just jade. One of our last year's in colors that's still available. And then the little lavender is our fresh freesia, part of our the latest in color collection. Whoops. Okay, you see how this is coming together and really looking cute. I like that pattern. Couldn't decide, you know, alternate one of this, and I thought, no, I want it just a different look on that inside. So now, there we go. I took fresh freesia cardstock and I cut 6 at 3/4 inch wide by 2.5 inches long. Okay, these are going to be like the little pockets for the little coupons, and so you want to put a little bit of glue on the very edge of each one and put it at the very bottom of the Christmas tree squares. Okay, so let's do that. You see how easy this would be to do? And so cute, y'all. Anybody gonna try it? I hope you do. It's just something different and fun. I can see it, you know, being tucked in a stocking. You could custom make an envelope, I'm sure, and put it through the mail, but my thinking was more either under the tree or tucked in the branches of the Christmas tree. And then, you know, not put in an envelope. I was concentrating on my gluing. Okay, let me put that sleeve down. I have long sleeves on because we got a cool front here, and it is pretty chilly in the morning. I did my walk this morning. Need to do that. We need to keep moving. Crafters sit and stand quite a bit. You agree? We need to move. Okay, so see how fun that's looking? And so now I have 8. Is it 8 characters? I probably have 10 characters. 8 for the inside, and I cut 2 for the outside. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these how I want them. And I didn't get meticulous in my cutting, okay? Not necessary. Right here, what I want to do, I'm going to trim it a little bit more. I'm going to cut off those little hairs on the top of his head because I don't want it extending. And I don't want, what you don't want is for part of these little guys to be extending into the fold. Okay, you want it to still fold, okay, but I think it's okay there. You just don't want it in on these center folds there, so that when you do the accordion thing, it works out okay. Okay, that guy's for the front. He's going here. This is for the front. Look at him. Happy feet, I'm telling you. Okay, and then a snowman. And then look, I love him with that little freesia beanie. And then here's another bear going down in this corner. So let's go ahead and put those on. And like I said, you don't have to get too meticulous with your cutting because it really stands out against that stripe, okay? And again, don't get your little guys glued where they go through that side fold, that fold that's going to accordion close, okay? That's the main thing. And you don't want them to extend up here. There's that. Look at this little sleeping fox. All right. See how simple? And I'm telling you, it took me maybe 5 minutes, if that long, to cut these little guys out because I wasn't really worried about being detailed in my cutting, and just super cute. Now, if you wanted to, if you were ambitious, you could do pockets on all of them and just put little coupons in all of them. Okay, did I get everybody? Yep. Okay, so now for the coupons, I haven't written on any yet, and this one's going to somebody, so I won't write on it. These are 6 1 7/8 by 2 inches. So I cut them more narrow here so that they would slide in easily. So I'm just going to slide these in. That looks a little wide. It's okay. 1 7/8. That's a close cut there. Not too much difference between 1 7/8 and 2, but it made a difference when I went to slide these into the pocket. Okay, it was much easier to cut off that 8 inch. And realize too, you don't have the bottom adhered, but it's not going to slide through. It's a snug fit, and so it works just like that. So don't glue the bottom, okay? It's not necessary. Okay, so there's our inside. Cute. Okay, so now pull those closed, and now I have a scrap piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas from Christmas to Remember, and I'm using Misty Moonlight. Okay, And I'm going to do this and let it set a bit because I'm going to fussy cut that out. Let's set that aside. But that's all of the stamping right there. Right there. You could do more, but you don't have to when you've got all these little guys you can cut out, right? Okay, so now, what's next? Okay, I have 2 pieces for my tags, 2x4. I cut one in Just Jade and one in this diagonal little stripe in Misty Moonlight, okay? So what I did is I took my delightful tag topper punch, and I'm going to slide that in here and punch it. And do the same with this one. Punch. Okay, and then I'm going to take another little bit of this twine, and I'm going to double it. It's probably about 8 inches. And I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to tie these two together. So I'm going to take that loop, go through both of those holes, and I didn't fold it in half, did I? Now let's try it again. Slide that through. Then you've got this loop here. So take these 2 ends, go through it, and then I tied a bow. And then I wanted the Just Jade and the stripe to show, so I'm going to show you what I did. I probably could have cut that a little bit longer. So cut it about 12 inches. Give yourself plenty of room to tie your bow. You can always trim it. I mean, that's enough, but you see how I had to really adjust. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of angle this top one so this Just Jade shows. And look right here. That can go right here. So I don't want it to extend too much past the edge. So I'm going to do that. Let's see how I did it. Oh, I know what I did. It's kind of loose here. I'm going to take a little piece, a little dab of glue. I need to put more glue in my ball. And just do that like that. Okay? All right. So now I've got these little guys that I'm going to put on here, just like this. And if you have this stamp set, if you ordered it, but while it was still available, and it will come available again, I think, if they get the shipment in. But if you have the stamp set, you could totally substitute the stamp set for the paper. Okay? All right. There are those 2 little guys. Then I'm going to take our sentiment, Merry Christmas. And I'm just going to fussy cut it out. Get rid of some of that excess paper when you're trying to fussy cut, okay? Okay, so I liked curved edges when I do this. So I'm going to cut Merry and Christmas apart so it's not a long sentiment, but will fit one on top of the other. Okay. Where's my Christmas? Here it is. Okay. When I was visiting my youngest daughter, our youngest daughter in Fort Worth a couple of weeks ago, one thing that Lila, our oldest granddaughter, wanted to do was watch White Christmas and drink hot cocoa. And we did. And we also had chocolate chip cookies. So fun. I thought, oh, this is a great start to the Christmas card making season. So, super fun. Okay, here it goes, Merry. And then Christmas, I think I need to angle that a bit. That's okay. It'll extend a little bit beyond. Oops. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to glue this on the front, and I'm putting the glue down the center, okay, so that I can be sure I don't glue it on the ribbon, okay? Okay, let's tie this up. I don't need to tie it, I don't guess. I'll leave that like that. Let's do this one. There it is, completed, all right? So when you open it up, you wouldn't have to see it. It would be like a little book almost. You see that? Okay, if you didn't want to stand it up or your recipient didn't, it would be just like a little book. Cute, huh? Okay, so this, if you wanted to stand it up, you would pull it apart, and because of how we did our ribbon, it does that for us. And then if they wanted to make it fancy, like Mr. Brown wanted, like that, see? Okay, let me put this guy back together. I think I'm going to have to glue that down. You see how that's folding up? It extends a little beyond, but I don't want it to tear off. So let me pull that. And let's get this one closed. And again, I want to thank you all for being here this evening and participating in the live chat. Really enjoy that with you. I'll be answering your questions if you have some. If you're watching the recording after the premiere, be sure and leave your questions in the comment section below. So excited to have you here. Remind you about my World Card Making Day event. You just need to place a minimum order of $35 or more before shipping or tax, and you get a free pass. And I will see you all again next week, God willing, okay? Have a great evening or a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.